Hello, everyone. My name is Abdallah Ali Al-Malawi, Counsel AAA. Thank you for coming to my page. Thank you for coming to my channel. And what I want to do on this channel is to really empower people to achieve great things and to be able to learn, what are the things that impact your life from a legal standpoint and from a financial standpoint. Those are really my two areas of interest in life. And I wanted to, share information that I've had or that I've gathered in my life in those two areas. So I'm going to be doing a 4-part series of, how I was able to go study law in the UK, abroad, in England, and then open a successful practice in Canada. And a lot of people have been asking this question and have been asking me to advise them on what are the things I did to be able to achieve that. And I thought, let me do a 4-part series, discussing this because I know a lot of people that will benefit from this and a lot of people that I may not know who may not be able to reach out to me that would benefit from something like this. So the first part is going to be titled "To Be or Not to Be a Lawyer." So I think that it's critical that you sit down and really think if you really are willing to go through law school and whether you are willing to actually practice as a lawyer, because there's a lot that goes into being a lawyer. There's a lot that goes into studying to be a lawyer. And you need to know whether you really want to do this as your career or something that you want to do in your life, because it takes a lot. So you have to really first make a conscious decision about whether you really want to do law. And things that people don't consider when they want to study law or becoming a lawyer is that when you become a lawyer, you don't live this luxurious life of, driving a Bentley, having $1 million in your bank account, eating at the fanciest restaurants like what you see in Suits and stuff like that. That is not the life of a lawyer. It's sometimes quite the opposite of that, but there are aspects of that you can enjoy when you are a lawyer. So I think that what you see on TV is not necessarily what happens in real life, and you have to come into terms with that. I know me when I wanted to become a lawyer, I had just watched Suits, and that was really inspirational for me. I wanted to be Harvey Specter, that was a big motivation for me. And then I came out, I'm like, well, life ain't like that as a lawyer. So you really have to know that you really want to do this, and it's something you're passionate about, and that you're going to have to invest a lot in it. Next thing you have to think about is whether you want to study in Canada or you want to study abroad, because if you study in Canada or you study abroad, there's different things that could occur. Now, I chose the route of studying abroad because I got to meet new people, I got to experience a new life, I got to experience a new culture, and I really got to live outside of my comfort zone and take a risk that I would not have necessarily taken. So if that sounds like something you want to do, then you could study in the UK. There's also the aspect of being able to go right away to law school from high school in Canada to the UK. While in Canada, you have to take a 4-year degree before you can go to law school. But a lot of people don't know that you can do 3 years of your 4-year bachelor's degree, and then you can go straight to law school. You don't have to finish your bachelor's degree in Canada to go to law school. You just need 3 years. A lot of people don't know that. But so there's different aspects of whether you want to, of whether you should study abroad or you should study in Canada. You have to think about it and see which one fits your life. The next thing you have to think about is the finances. Now, it's about $100,000 to $120,000 to study to be a lawyer, and it can cost more than that, depending on the time. When I studied, it was about that much, and that was in 2014 to 2016. Life is different. Inflation is increasing prices. So just know that the price may be quite a lot, over $100,000 for sure to study law, whether in Canada or the UK. The costs are pretty similar if you're studying there or here, if you're studying abroad or here. So you just have to know that you are willing to put that type of money into a profession. Because if you don't have that type of money, you got to find it somewhere. And that somewhere could be in a loan. And if you're not okay with having $100,000 to $120,000 in a loan, in debt, then this might not be the profession for you. But what I would say is that if you're really passionate about it, figure a way to do it. And, in the long run, you can figure out the debt. But, that may not be the best financial advice, to be honest. But if you really are passionate about something, you'll find a way to do it. I had to ask, my dad, to help me out. I couldn't get the loan under myself as a student, so he had to, co-sign for me, and I was able to get that loan, and I thank him for that. But if you don't have something like that, then it might be difficult for you to go to law school. What I would say is save some money, save yourself maybe 10 or 20,000, and then maybe think about going to law school. That's what I would recommend. But you can do it, if you have the means to do it, if you can find a loan, and then, do it. But you have to understand that there is a huge price tag to going to law school, and that you have to be willing to pay that price tag. The next thing you have to consider is the time it takes to be a lawyer. So again, like I said before, you can finish high school in Canada and go to law school right away in the UK. But in Canada, you have to do at least 3 years out of your 4-year bachelor's degree to be able to go to law school. So the total time you're going to invest is between, 8 years. It's about 8 years, give and take, because even if you, unless you go straight out of high school, then it's going to be about 4 or 5 years. But if you're going to a bachelor's degree in Canada, if you do your bachelor's degree in Canada, and then you go and study abroad, you can do a 2-year program. And then at that point, once you come back to Canada, you do your national Council of Accreditation exams, the NCA exams, and you do those exams, and then you are able to write your bar exam, which takes about another year. So altogether, it's going to take about 8-9 years if you do your degree in Canada and then you go abroad. So you have to understand that you have to give up about 9 years of your life to study to become a lawyer. So obviously, some people can't do this, but if you are in a time in your life where you can invest that type of time, then definitely do it. Again, it's a lot of sacrifice, but the rewards may be beneficial in the end if you do the right things. And then the last thing that I would really let people, advise people to think about is their mental health and how it's going to be impacted by being in law school for that long, carrying the burden of all of that, the cost of becoming a lawyer, and then eventually actually being a lawyer, and what mental capacity that requires, what mental fortitude is required to be a lawyer. There's a lot of stories of lawyers who fall into substance abuse, or, depression and anxiety and all these things because of the stress level of becoming a lawyer. A lot of my friends make fun of me. Oh, you're becoming bald, you're you're balding. And honestly, it's because of the stress of being a lawyer, going to law school. 9 years of my life, I was just studying and writing exams, and then I become a lawyer, and it's stressful. It's so stressful. So you have to know that if you're going to do this, you have to have the mental fortitude to be able to do it. You have to know that it takes a lot. If you're taking on debt, 120,000 is no joke. And I know that was something I really struggled with, having that much debt on me, right? And having to pay that back. It took a lot from me, mentally. So you have to understand that it's quite challenging mentally. Your mental health may suffer while you're in school, or even after, when you're becoming a lawyer or when you are a lawyer. So just know that you need to be strong, you need to be resilient, and you need to be ready for any challenges that may lie ahead. So if you think about all these things, whether it's a career you really want, considering all the aspects of actually studying law and then becoming a lawyer, and then being a lawyer, the finances, you've thought about the time it takes, and then you've thought about the mental health aspect of this and how that, you can handle all of that, then yeah, why not? Like I said, it's a great profession. If you're passionate about it, it's something that's really rewarding. You can earn a lot of money in it if you do it the right way, which I will talk about later in the next couple of episodes that I do about this in this series. But yeah, I mean, it's really rewarding. So if you want to learn more about how I did it, and you want maybe some further advice, Visit my social media at Counsel AAA on Twitter, Instagram, and then you can also visit my website, ABDALLA, so AbdallahAliA.com. And you can get some information on there about myself, and you can reach out to me and we can talk and I can help you even more. Anyways, I love being a lawyer. It's challenging at times. Sometimes, it's really hard being a lawyer, but overall I love it. And it's definitely would set you up in a great way in your life and further your career or your financial goals if you really do it the right way. So thank you for listening, and I hope you join me for part 2, 3, and 4. I want to thank you for watching my videos, watching my content. I really appreciate you being part of this community. I really want to make people believe that if you believe, you can achieve. If you like my content, please subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, and you can visit me on my other platforms under Counsel AAA. So thank you so much, and always remember, be kind to yourself. Thank you.